it goes down. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Oh, wait and see, we're gonna be legendary. Ain't no time like the here and now. Yeah, we showed up, now we showing out. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Legendary. We're gonna be legendary. Legendary. We're gonna be legendary.
It's explosive. You can't control this, no. I got metal running through my bones, a resurrection like a ghost. Hurricane, go ahead and blow. Where you could keep your white flag, I'll never fold. A shadow on the battlefield, a survivor never yield. A thunder, go ahead and shade. Don't run from the storm when I feel the rain. There's no rest for the wicked, no victory for the weak. And when the weeds getting thicker, you'll never see me on my knees. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. I got a fever in my blood, a falling embers from above. I feel the heat when the pressure blows, a wildfire that you can't control. There's no rest for the wicked, no victory for the weak. And when the weeds getting thicker, you'll never see me on my knees. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. With every beat of my heart, I'll be the light in the dark. You can't control this, I'm explosive. You can't control this, it's 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 explosive.
We're a racing family that you can trust on and off the track. So if you're looking for foundation repair, go online or give us a call to schedule your free inspection. If we fix your foundation and you mention Race On Texas, you will get a 1-year free subscription to the All Access Pass.
Our family started RVing a few years ago, and when I think about all those campfires and fishing trips and sporting events, these are memories that are going to last a lifetime. I want to help others do the same thing.
Hi, I'm Kevin Smith, General Manager at the all-new Click It RV in Milton Freewater.
People in this community are very familiar with this location and the great service they've always received. So the biggest question we get is, where is Keith? The great news is, Keith is still here.
I've seen a lot of changes. I've seen a lot of things come and go. Through all the changes that we have seen, one thing that has not changed for us is the quality of our service.
Buying an RV is a big purchase, but it should be a fun and happy experience.
So whether it be in sales or service or parts, our mission is simple: be the best. From our team here at Click It RV in Milton Freewater, we invite you to come down and experience the difference.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Looking to the inside of Turner, trying to make it 3 wide down the back straightaway, nearly does.
Last night the track was very slick. You know, we had 2 good grooves.
But anyway, just another some of that.
There's people in the stands. That means there's people watching.
Merry Christmas at FEG PC Customs at LSRTV. Welcome you to the next round of the Wild Wednesday Super Speedway Money Series. Tonight, we're at the virtual Talladega Super Speedway, 2.66 miles. Always enjoy this exciting program. We're ready for you to strap in tonight for an exciting one. I'm Wesley Outland. Cody Demers is alongside, longtime friend of racing in the Carolinas, now up in Indiana. Charles Wooten is our producer director. Last night he was in the booth, back to doing what he does best, not commentary, making sure the broadcast looks good. And I say that with, wait a minute, I say that with no, don't take this the wrong way. I say that with no disrespect. No disrespect. Cody, how you doing, my friend? That's Cody Demers, not Charles Wooten. So.
Well, man, I'm doing pretty good other than it being 21 degrees outside. Been a long day. Been a long day, and just got rid of the snow and about to get some more.
We'll see how it all gets done. You keep that white stuff up there in the Hoosier State, okay? I don't want it down here in North Carolina. It is cold though. It is cold in North Carolina though. It was a high of 40 degrees today, windy. And shut up. You got 50 degrees in Texas for Charles. Yeah, I'd love that right now. And right now, right now at 8:41, just before 9 p.m. Eastern Time, the temperature, Cody, is a whopping, drum roll, please, any day now, Weather Channel.
I'll just say the high was 32, and the low is about 17.
Oh, there you go. 31 degrees right now. And speaking of another number, this guy's trying to go for 3 in a row. 3 wins in a row if he gets it done. Matthew Lee from Clinton, Maine. You know there's snow on the ground, probably a foot long in his home. Matthew Lee, the 04. Let's see what he does as he qualifies on the Toyota number 04. And I'm understanding tonight, he's using a hot spot. Listen to this, Cody Demers. Whatever it takes. Last night I was mobile doing a broadcast with a hot spot on my phone. That's just talking. That's not iRacing. He is using a hot spot trying to iRace tonight.
And hotspot, man, that's crazy to think of, iRacing. But man, these hotspots now, Wesley, that they got, they're so, conventional. They've got the actual hotspots that are like an internet buttons, and then they've got the hotspots through your phone. So, and I'm being told earlier that he said that it's off his phone hotspot, not off the little like hotspots you get from the internet company. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can do it with a hotspot. If he can, that's going to be cool.
It'll be fun for sure. We'll see how all of this shakes up. Matthew Lee on the clock. Let's see where Matt Lee ends up top of the board. 55.998 seconds. Here comes Stephen Hendren in the 03 machine. Forest green colors on that truck. No sponsor. Kind of reminds me of the primer color days back whenever they done NASCAR testing. Remember that, Cody, back in the day?
Yeah, when they were all having no sponsors on the car, they'd go to Talladega or Daytona, and they'd run it. That way if they tore the car up, they didn't have to worry about putting a wrap on it.
Let's watch how they work into the corner. Stephen Hendren on the racetrack now. Stephen Hendren down that back straightaway. Good solid run for him. Matt Lee right now top of the board, qualifying, just under 2 minutes remaining. 55.998 seconds. George Bark second. And Stephen Hendren, boy, he's going to have to pick it up. He's way down at the bottom there. Got to pick up speed. By the way, Jason Rockefeller not with us tonight as he has got some stuff going on, I think work-related. Cody, it's good to work with you again, bud, besides working with the Elevated Broadcast Network.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Always fun when you get me and Wesley together because you never know what's going to happen, and you never know how it's going to turn out. It could go from wild and crazy and to back to Kool-Aid in a split second.
All this going on now with another lap for Stephen Hendren. Let's see if he can improve to a better time here. Hendren, there's Aubrey Thompson. Hendren picked it up. Yeah, he did. Got away from that 101 bracket. It was 1 minute 1 second. Now he's up to 56.005. And here comes Aubrey Thompson right behind him. He'll crack the top 5 and 4th. What a good lap for the man that won the Ugly Sweater 250 and the American 500 just at the beginning of December. These big money races, Cody, never count out Aubrey Thompson or this Floridian in the Premier Racing Esports Entry Toyota. This is Andrew Navarro.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to say, Wesley, that Andrew Navarro is, as he blinks there a little bit, he's, everywhere he goes, he's fast. So as it looks like qualifying has wrapped up there.
And we got about 24 drivers ready to go here in their virtual chariots. Yes! Let's give you the starting lineup. And if you didn't know, Cody, we got some new theme music for the lineup. Let's go. Here in Talladega on the pole, Matthew Lee. Clinton Main trying to go for 3 in a row. 35 laps to get it done to make it a triple hat trick in this series. George Bark alongside row 1. Row 2, Stephen Hendren and Aubrey Thompson of that car number 38 machine. There's your top 4. Row 3, Justin Neal and Samuel Carter, the Deuce in the 85. Row 4, gonna find Damon Gilbert in the 68 and Tim White in the 29. Top 10, we'll toss it to Cody. Josh Dambron in the 49 and Brandon Broadfoot. He's got a big race. The Roar by the Seashore this Saturday on LSRTV from Daytona. We'll give you details throughout the night. He'll start 10th there, Cody.
And rolling off row 6 and number 15 is going to be Blaine Dalton to his outside. In that 3 machine, Matthew Patton. Row 7's got to be the man I'm probably going to pick to win tonight, Andrew Navarro. And to his outside is going to be the 5 of Matthew Baker. Row 8, Daniel Earnhardt. I almost said Earnhardt because that's the way it looks. The 3rd, and to his outside is going to be the 92 of John Ward. Row number 9, to his inside is going to be the 18 of Nash Brambilla. And to his outside is going to be Dylan Jones in the 24 machine. Row 10 going to be the O2.
My apologies.
The O2 of Richard Elliott. And to his outside is going to be the 05 of Joshua McCullen. And we'll let him you out.
I'm so sorry. I got ahead of myself. My apologies. Joseph Allen, row 11. Danny Barnes in the 7. He won during the weekend. Row number 12, Tony Cox and Tucker McClendon. My goodness, it sounds like a damn rookie. And then the final Tony Cox and McClendon there. There's your lineup for 24 trucks.
Got to give Wesley a break.
I did not get cut you off there. I could have swore I saw row 10. My apologies.
I told you never know what you're going to hear or see when you get Neil Wesley together.
Take a look at the race analysis that's presented by Hunt in the Front TV. Do we have the graphic? I don't think we do. Maybe we do. Maybe we don't. Oh, we do. One fat repair. 50% refuel load. 3 attempts at overtime if need be. A 35-lap race. It's presented by Hunt in the Front TV. Almost a $500,000 point fund. $150,000. $50,000 going to the champion in the Hunt in the Front TV. Single late model series. Check it all at huntinfront.tv. Kaufman creative weather conditions. Perfect day, sim time for racing, Cody.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And, you know, the track temp when you come to Talladega, Wesley, doesn't really matter to me. It's kind of a boot, scoot, and boogie type deal, as you would call it. Get nose to tail and follow the leader and hope for the best.
Ready to go 35 laps here at the virtual Talladega Super Speedway. That'll be a fun one. These drivers preparing to go. Hey, by the way, this is the first of 3 big money races thanks to Jeffrey Ford. FEG, Ford Entertainment Group. That's what FEG stands for. FEG PC Customs. And, of course, the money leagues and events. We got all the details on that big Christmas Eve race coming up also on Sunday, December 24th. All this going on here right now. Time to go at Daytona, in Talladega tonight. Remember that start finish line all the way at the end of pit road. They work for the guy starter zone for the initial start. Green flag is in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, 35 laps here at Talladega underway. Clark on the outside. Plenty of room given to Matt Lee on the bottom. Hendrick will follow in tow with Thompson up top, and they're going to stay 2 by 2 with now Lee breaking away to the back straightaway. The Alabama gang, super stretch, if you will, Cody off 2.
Yeah, and it looks like that outside line is going to try to use the momentum to try to get around down the Alabama Super Speedway super stretch. But it looks like Matt Lee's got a strong push from that number 03 of Steven Hendrick. And Wesley, they're still 2 by 2 as they work around off of 3 and 4 to complete lap number 1 here.
Working into turn number 3, off of 4. Coming down to the line. 1 lap into this thing. It's 35 laps in distance in total. Working through that tri-oval. Putting lap number 1 on the board. Give it to Steven Hendrick. Here's that Chevrolet number 03 that we mentioned, Cody. Literally struggled in qualifying, put himself in the top 4. I think he's got a better race trim truck than in qualifying. But right now, he is the leader down the back straightaway, but Matt Lee battles back on the inside.
Yeah, and it looks like the outside line is a lot stronger, but it looks like we got 2 trucks up there way on the outside trying to make a 3rd lane and trying to work together to get around the outside of the middle lane. And it looks like we're going to be 3 wide, Wesley.
All this going on with Lee, the leader, Hendrick second, Mills, Bart, Thompson, and what a gaggle of trucks going on here through the tri-oval, 3 by 3 by 3 as they work their way back into the corner, into turn number 1 and 2 as they cross the line. Baker now up on the outside. He won a running race the other night. Aerial coverage presented by LSRTV. Matt, I'm going to step away real quickly, Cody, as Baker now leads the way off the back straightaway.
And look at Navarro, Andrew Navarro, and that number 42 blue on the outside, trying to work with the number, I believe that's number 10 of Brandon Broadfoot as they work down in the 3. Here comes Matt Lee down the bottom. Here comes, I believe that's the 5 truck. Baker ducks down the bottom in front of the 04 of Matt Lee. Here comes Stephen Hendry with the 54 machine as they work through the middle. Then you got the 10 working with the 42 on the outside. So much going on. 2 by 2 by 3 by 3 by 3 as they work on further back. Coming around to complete lap number 4. Looks like Baker's going to get it. Navarro with a big push from the 10 machine on the outside. Working through 3 and 4. There you see with that 42 Premier Racing setups. They work down into 1 and 2. Down the Alabama game super stretch. Here comes the momentum. 3 truck tandem on the outside. Navarro's going to go to the lead. Baker going to power back. Navarro going to truck down to the bottom. Going to the middle lane, there you see him. Here comes the 10 and the 15. Navarro going to leave the 10 and the 15 hanging to get down to the bottom. Here comes Baker. Baker back to the inside, battling, trying to fight, but Navarro's going to edge out. As they work through the tri-oval. We go on board here with Stephen Hendry. There you see Navarro. Navarro goes out to the bottom. Hendry going to push through the middle. See if he's going to try to pick up them trucks as we look off the rear into the engine bay of the 54 machine. That's going to be Matthew, no, that's going to be George Bark, excuse me. Looks like Hendry going to pick him up as Wesley carries you down the backstretch.
Back straightaway right now, 3 by 3, still in the middle of the pack there with Matthew Baker in tow. Matt Lee down to the inside. He tries to pack on door to door. Here comes the move to the outside lane as the top of the safer barrier comes to fruition. Here comes now Stephen Hendry. He'll make that move and they might go 4 wide. They thought about it, going into 3 and 4. Back through the storm into the tri-oval. Here they come to the line. Matthew Baker, 5 down, 30 to go. Navarro to the inside. Here comes the flying Floridian into turn number 1, Cody Deemers.
Yeah, the Floridian works his way on the outside with a 3-truck tandem, got down to the middle row, and now he's on the bottom with the help from the 04 of Matt Lee as they work down the backstretch. Here comes the 5 machine. Baker was a 38 of Aubrey Thomas. I know, Wesley, you said earlier, Aubrey Thomas, not one to feign on, as they're always there at the end.
It's Aubrey Thompson, Hyper Motorsports, number 38 machine. And Aubrey Thompson up on that outside. Working off of turn number 4. Almost 3 wide. Down to the line. Navarro to the inside. Matt Lee will follow as they go back into the corner.
Looks like the 10 of Brandon. That's Brandon Broadfoot, I believe is how you pronounce his last name. He's thinking about going to the outside, looking to see if anybody goes with him. Doesn't think anybody's going to go with him, stays in line. But then a little bit further back behind them, you got the 15 still trying to make the outside work. But Andrew Navarro, the Floridian, as Wesley calls him, he's still working the bottom. And here comes Baker. Baker back down to the outside as they work down the backstretch.
Another lap on the board as they go to the back straightaway right now, working lap number 7 when they come to the line. It's Andrew Navarro. He'll power to the bottom, pulls up into the middle of the lane, through the block as they try to go 3 wide for just a second. Matthew Baker thought better of it. So did Thompson. And they're going to go 2 by 2 by 2 right there. Dusty going here into the 2-step at Talladega. Back into 3 and 4. Navarro back to the outside. Baker inside and outside. Thompson will follow. They cross the line. It's now Matthew Lee peeking back to the bottom. He's got help with the driver of that number 7 machine and the 2 of Fields working into 1.
Andrew Navarro on the outside. Baker in tow behind him. Then you got the 38 of Aubrey Thompson. Then to the bottom you got Matt Lee. Then you got the 2 of Justin Mills working together. Then you got the 49 of Josh. I think it's Gamber as they all work together. But here comes the outside line once again, Wesley.
Working into 3 and 4. We should be seeing green flag pit stops within the next couple of laps. Somebody could possibly go for an undercut as well in the early going. I must have missed the trash can. Back into turn number 3 and 4 through the tri-oval. Navarro. I can't play basketball. That's all I can tell you guys. In turn number 1 and 2, Navarro back to the lead. Lee up in the middle is now Baker. All this going on as they work off that corner. And how about this one, Cody Deemers? Here comes Gilbert for the first time. Peeking into the top 5 off 2 and then 3 wide again.
And Gilbert with a big momentum from a push by the 54 of George Spark. They're going to try to power on the outside way up the third lane groove. Navarro, Baker, Lee, and the 2 of Justin Mills all right there together. The 68, though, Gilbert trying to keep the 54 even on his back bumper, trying to work with him. And here comes the Gilbert. They work down into the triangle. Navarro not know where to go.
Another lap on the board. Hold it together, everybody. Coming to the line. Hey, by the way, a lot of cool races coming up for the holidays on LSRTV. Not only Saturday, the Roar by the Seashore from Daytona. Xfinity Cars, Terry Radford and myself will be on the call. And either Jason, Cody, or both of them will be joining me on Sunday for this sanctioned event, the FEG PC Christmas Eve special. Listen to this, if you will, Cody Devers. Over $2,200 purse up for grabs on Christmas Eve night. And it's going to be a really fun time. And I think they're going to be running at Daytona. A lot of money on the line, you bet.
And as we look there, Baker actually tucked out of line, went to the back bumper of Gilbert, tucked back down in front of the 38, and Navarro went from the top back to the middle, back down to the bottom. So everybody kind of slicing and dicing as we're coming up on green flag pit stops. But Baker, man, he has went from the bottom back to the top, back to the middle, back to the bottom, back to the middle, back to the top. And he is picking and choosing to where he wants to go.
Yeah, pick your poison. You can go left, you can go high, you can go to the bottom, you can go to the top. Just remember, you can't block the 3 or 4 lanes at one time, though, Cody. You can't do that. That's a mixture for disaster.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And, you know, Wesley, Talladega is probably one of my favorite racetracks. And even with watching NASCAR, the only tracks I really watch is Daytona and Talladega because the guy running 32nd has still got a chance to win the race.
Well, remember back in 2000 when Dale Earnhardt Sr. was at heat with 2 laps to go and went on to win the Talladega 500. Right now, working that back straightaway. That's the Alabama gang with super stretch from the famous Alabama Allison drivers, the Allison gang. And that is, of course, Bobby Allison, Donnie Allison, Red Farmer, all of the famous names from Hueytown, Alabama. Neil Bonnet, the Alabama gang, Hueytown. And right now, here we go, off that corner. Off of turn number 4, back to the line. It is Navarro, Andrew Navarro. They're going to put a dozen laps on the board this time by. Let's give you the top 10. Navarro leads, Baker second, Lee third. Tops 4th, Mills the top 5. Then it's Gilbert, Broadfoot, Bart, Dalton, Hendrick. And they're going to do 2 by 2 and 3 wide again. Cody out of turn number 2 again.
Yeah, definitely. And Baker, man, he is trying to make that middle lane go, but it's almost like nobody wants to be in the middle. It's like everybody wants to go either to the bottom or the top. As we see another 4-car tandem coming by, it looks like Gilbert. As Gilbert's going to power it on the outside to the race lead. You got to wonder, is he going to duck down to the bottom? Here comes Gilbert. Gilbert shoots down to the bottom.
Got to be friends here. Got to definitely be patient. Don't do anything crazy. And here comes almost half of the whole pack coming onto pit road. Couple of laps later than what Charles thought, but it is pit road, and we got one wrecking right at the entrance of pit road. They're not going to throw a caution. Daniel Eberhardt III has entered pit road and crashed. And we stay green. Understanding from our spotters, nobody hit him and nobody hit a thing. We do not throw a yellow, Cody.
Yeah, amazing driving by them guys to avoid him. I know iRacing kind of makes you go invisible once you get to a certain point in the pit, so I'm not too sure if that's where he was, if that's why nobody hit him, but still a great job for nobody hitting him.
And we will still stay under green flag, and now here comes that second flight of drivers. Now coming down to pit road as well. Work being done by them now as other drivers coming in like Hendren Bark, Gilbert Ward, Thompson Mills, and obviously I tell you this too, They're gonna have to pit again, Cody. They're gonna go between lap 25 to 30, and I think the pit window is gonna open up again here. I think they stretched the tanks as much as they could in this first green flag cycle.
Yeah, definitely. And it's looking like about lap 27 is what I'm thinking. These front guys like Matt Lee, Andrew Navarro, and Baker are all going to come in. And then the last few guys are probably going to come in about lap 30 with about 5 to go. And that's not including if we get a late race caution. So and I'm sure that second pack that you see pit, I'm thinking that's what they're trying to overcut for, is so they can in case a late race caution comes in, they have enough to kind of make it to the end.
LSRTV, your home for sim racing, welcomes you to coverage of the next round of the FEG, the Ford Entertainment Group PC Customs Wednesday Night Money Series. I'm Wesley Outland. Cody Demers is alongside Charles Wooten in production. Jason Rockefeller off tonight. 5 days to Christmas, or less than that, 4 days away till Christmas. We wish you and yours a happy holiday season, a bah humbug for me. And right now, Matthew Lee is in the lead. Catching onto that rhyme there as they go into turn 2, Cody.
Yeah, definitely looks like Navarro and Baker, and I believe that's Matt Lee. And I'm not too sure who that white truck is. I think that's Dylan C. Jones in the 24 machine working together. Then you got this pack behind them. I believe you got Gilbert, Bart, Ward, Hendrick. Your top 8 right there, and then not sure how far Mills and Thompson are behind them.
Matt Lee cycles back around with the lead. Navarro, Baker, right there. Here comes Dylan Jones. His chance to shine with a couple of stars on the FEG, on the FEG PC Custom Series. By the way, if you'd like to know more, FEGCustomPC.com about what is FEG Custom PCs and how they can help you out with your virtual or real-life computer needs. Right now, they work off that corner. Out of turn number 2, Jeffrey Ford, the promoter. And this is the first of 3 races. I kind of laughed, Charles, at what Cody said. He was like, I can do the first race, but I can't do one at 11 o'clock tonight. We only broadcast the one and only race. That's it. We only broadcast the first one. That's it.
Everybody kind of single file right now, Wesley.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I'm sorry, man. I was trying to mention the New Year's Day event, the Christmas Eve race. Airtime will be at 9:15 on LSRTV. Green flag at 9:30 Eastern. And, of course, again, a $2,100 purse. Listen to this, Cody. Here's the season for giving in the virtual cheer world. If you finish in the top 3, you get $450 for this race. Everyone else is guaranteed $150 for 4th on back. You cannot lose if you compete in this event to make money.
That's wild. $150 on iRacing. I mean, you figure, Wesley. These guys pay $13, and I'm using this theoretically if you pay your subscription monthly. These guys pay $13 a month for 1 month, and the track is probably only $11.99 or $14.99. The car or truck is only $14.99 or $11.99. You've got what, $40, $50 in everything.
That's right.
And then so you still come out $100 if you make $150. You still come out $100. You know what I mean? So that's still a lot of money on iRacing.
Just past halfway, by the way. 18 down, 17 to go. Down that back straightaway again. Matthew Lee still the leader. Navarro in second, Baker third, Jones, Ward top 5. They were back into turn number 3. Things kind of settling down. But again, there's going to be that money stop, pit stop, around lap number 25 to 30 is when I'm thinking they're going to come to the pit lane. We've seen some crazy wheelie 2 weeks in a row. 7/1000ths of a second for Matthew Lee to win. He's going to try to go for a 3rd one. And right now, ironically, as I say that, Andrew Navarro with 7/1000ths of a second behind Matthew Lee as they go back into turn number 1 with 16 to go there, Cody.
Yeah, and we see a hard charge, and looks like Andrew Navarro is going to go up top of the 54 as they got a 2-car tandem here. 4-car tandem now as they pick up the, believe, that is the Gilbert and Henderson. And they're working down the backstretch in the 3. And we're starting to tighten the field back up, Wesley. And Navarro is going to get left out to dry. They're going to split him through 3 and 4.
Monkey in the middle, if you will. Navarro knows that he's got to hardly get back down at the inside and get up under John Ward's tailgate to try to somehow get back into momentum-wise, and he will. Smart thinking for Navarro. He's done this a long time. Everyone else could have probably fell to the back. He was able to get back in top 8 right now as they work their way inside of the racetrack below that double yellow line into turn number 1. 15 to go, 20 laps in. It's Matt Lee, the leader. By the way, another big race coming up as they work that back straightaway. We want to mention Daytona this Saturday, December 23rd. It is the Variety Pack Racing Christmas by the Seashore 200 miles, 80 laps around Daytona. Saturday night, green flag at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central on your home for Sim Racing LSRTV. Another big money race. No fast repair. It's going to be a good show at Daytona. Terry Radford and myself will be on the call. Another event that's coming up again this upcoming Sunday, Christmas Eve, that big Christmas Eve race we mentioned, that'll be on LSRTV. And hey, let them know, Cody, another event that we'll be working together on LSRTV, bringing in the new year, is Christmas Eve, Sunday night, New Year's Eve, not Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, December 31st.
I was thinking the same thing.
That's Sunday night, part of the pun. 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 6 hours of Daytona with the LSR Gaming X. And that's going to be a fun time. 3 different prototypes, the GTP, the LMP2, and the GT3. And we've called, Cody, some GT3 races. If you remember, we did it back with the Northwest Series during the fun leagues and the Wednesday nights during the summer. I think we're going to have a fun time. 6 hours at Daytona to ring in the new year. December 31st. All of that is on LSR TV, your home for sim racing.
Yeah, that New Year's Bash race is definitely going to be fun. We're going from calling an hour or 2 hour race to 6 hours, so we're adding an extra 4 hours. So gonna have to find a lot of stuff to talk about. Gonna have to get me a pen and piece of paper and start writing stuff down what I'm going to talk about.
We will definitely find things to talk about. We got 6 hours. We're gonna have a fun time. And right now, Stephen Hendrick getting a little, his tailgate's getting a lot of full of the Ford in front of him, or behind him actually. Part of the pun is Stephen Hendrick is now that new leader, but for how long? As he has got the 49 and Josh Giabrone inside and outside of him. And here comes that money stop. They pitted a little bit more sooner than I thought they did. And honestly, Cody, I think these guys might be going for the undercut for the finish.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure they're going to take 4 tires and some fuel. Not sure how many tires they get, but it looks like, they're going for the undercut. They had about 10 or, they could have done it about 10 laps, 8 laps ago, but here we are at 12 to go, and I'm sure about 10 to go is when you're going to see that second group come in.
Let's see how it all shakes down here. FEG PC Custom Race 1 of 3 tonight. Remember, you can still get signed up at 9:45 and 10:45 for the other events. And here comes the other drivers peeling onto the pit lane. And hold on, guys. Charles Wooten, it's crazy chaos at Talladega, my friend.
It's Talladega. It's always crazy.
I thought you said bring me in.
No, they're bringing them in. I knew they were coming.
Oh, I thought you said bring me in.
Pardon, Wesley.
He said bring me in. I thought he meant bring me in as far as on commentary. I know they only meant Brandon Broadfoot. By the way, promoter Brandon Broadfoot is doing that event, of course, on the promoter for the December event, that Roar by the Seashore event that's going to be at Daytona this Saturday night. Terry Radford and myself will be on the call for that. By the way, keep Terry and his family, his wife, and his baby in your thoughts and prayers. His baby's been a little bit under the weather, been actually in the hospital, so hopefully getting better and getting back to health, and obviously he can be able to join us Saturday night. Is right now, here comes Brandon Broadfoot. So much for the chance of winning. He comes to the pit lane with 10 laps to go. As everyone else will fly by him, it's going to put now Joey Allen as the new leader. Joey Allen is the other driver that's not pitted yet, the 23, but I got a feeling he will here eventually. And Cody, I think it was tire. I think it was the splash and go for Broadfoot. He didn't take on tires or nothing. He just filled up the tank.
Yeah, I definitely think he didn't want to take tires, and these front guys, man, Wesley, I can't get over how hard they're battling. I mean, it's 10 to go. It's go home or go go broke time, if you want to call it. They are pushing. Navarro knows it, so he's working with Baker. Then you got Jones working with the 04 of Matt Lee. Matt Lee trying to go 3 in a row, Wesley.
Matt Lee trying to go for the hat trick. We love hockey. We love iRacing. Right now, 3 wins in a row. If he can pull it off right now, Dylan Jones, trying to get his first win of the season. By the way, tonight, round number 7. And how about this, Cody? This race right here, buddy, is paying $550 to win tonight.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for iRacing. And Wesley,
it amazes me. 500. Let me clarify. It's a $505 purse. Is what it is. My apologies.
I mean, that's still, a big payout for the win. Because, like I said, on iRacing, really you don't win nothing unless people put money up. So to win a little bit of money on iRacing, or to win a lot of money on iRacing, is still a big thing. Because I mean, a lot of these guys put a lot of money and effort and time into this, and to win nothing. So to win a little bit of money is better than none.
That's right. Strap in for the home stretch of this one right now. Right now, Matthew Baker is that leader. This is the Wild Wednesday Super Speedway Money Series. Right now. Oh, we got everybody getting in line. Hold on, Natalie. Boy, that could have been bad. We held it together, though.
And Wesley, we say it could have been bad, and from a spectator's point of view, that was just another move. But, as an announcer, the draft here is so strong, all it takes is a good suction, and Navarro could have got a great push by the guy behind him, and it could have chopped his nose, and he could have spun and took out half the field.
And we know that. The other audience going, well, what are they talking about? That was nothing. Yes, it was. That was really something. That could have been a lot worse than it turned out to be. 7 laps to go. Count them. And that gaggle of trucks with about 12 or so in line have the chance to win this event here. And right now, Matthew Lee and Matthew Baker. Mama Baker, I know she's in that chat box. She's cheering them on. There goes Daniel Everhart III. Tonight, just not tonight for the 90. Usually he does really, really well. Tonight he's a lap down in the back. The cavalry works in turn number 3, and it's all Matthew Lee, the leader.
Yeah, and this has been non-stop, action-packed field from the drop of the green flag. And Navarro and the 92 of John Ward. John Ward, somebody we haven't talked about, Wesley. He's working his way, and he's giving a pretty big push to the 42 truck of Navarro.
That's right. Hold it together, guys, as they work back into the corner, storm into the line. Got to somehow find a way to get through this. Off that back straightaway. Hold it together. Bottom of the right. In the middle. Matt Lee to the inside. Look at John Ward up top now. He's got some help there. McCullough's in the dance now as they come to 5 to go. This time out of 4. Cody.
As you see the 42 of Navarro getting pushed by the 5. Here comes the 05 and the 92. And others pushing, working together. The 92 of Ward getting powered on the outside of the 5. But here comes the 5 down to the bottom in front of Matt Lee. And you got Navarro to the back bumper of the 92.
What a move as they work back 3 by 3 by 3. 3 rows deep back up the bank in here at Talladega. Into turn number 1 and 2. It's Matt Lee to the bottom. John Ward's got Navarro behind him. They're tucked in line. McCullough's up on that outside lane by himself on his lonesome. Now he's got some help. working that back straightaway. Matt Lee now gives up the lead. Matthew Baker to the lead as they work into 3.
And they're getting slicey and dicey. As you see the 05 on the outside, the top of the lane. Matthew Baker and Matt Lee. There's a lot of Matts in here, and I'm getting confused. And you got Dylan C. Jones on the back bumper of Matt Lee. And wow, there's a lot of Matts in one group of trucks.
That's trouble brewing if there's one wrong slip. You know that, my friend.
Oh yeah, definitely.
One wrong slip and we've got calamity. Right now they hold it together. Thanks to Jeffrey Ford and the folks that are behind Ford Entertainment Group. FEG Custom Pacing.com. More information. It's now down to around 4 to go, 3 to go when they come to the line, and they are all knotted up in traffic. This looks like a traffic jam down 95 or I-20, trying to get into the parking lot in Talladega. Here they come, storming through the tri-oval. McCullough on the outside. Baker is losing ground. So is now Matt Lee. They gather back up to one another. 3 to go as they go into turn 1. Now the battle for Baker and McCullough for the lead to the lap to the 1.
They work down. You got Matt Baker in the 5, Navarro, Ward, Jones, and you got the 05 still just no momentum on the outside. It's almost like he's getting left out in the dry, Wesley. Nobody's wanting to help him. But here comes Ward, here comes Baker, and I'm not sure who Mama Baker is, but I know she's got to be jumping for joy as they come to 2 to go.
Round 7 coming to the home stretch as they'll come storming to the line this time by. Remember, get online in Discord. And FEG PC Leagues and Events to get signed up. They got another race coming up at 9:45 and 10:45. We only broadcast the first one. 2 to go. Over 5 miles remaining. And right now, it's John Ward, the new leader, as they climb the bank into turn number 1 and 2. Baker up on the outside. They got drafting help from Matt Lee, Navarro, and Hendren as they work into 2.
Here comes Baker. Baker with a big push by Navarro. Hendren. Baker to the bottom. Here comes Navarro. Ward. The 04 is Lee. Navarro with a big push from Steven. Steven on the back bumper. Here comes Ward. Ward pushing the 5 as they work. Coming to the final lap, Wesley.
Gotta hold it together, guys, as they're working their way off that corner. They're prominent, weaving like boxers in the square circle. Here they come, down to the corner, into the tri-oval, to the inside. Baker gets the jump. He got the push with Ward and Mills. Up on the outside, white flag in the air. This is it, flag to flag. Wreckers or checkers in the turn number 1. Cody, who's gonna win it?
Navarro, Baker, Ward, Steven, Mills, and others, as they're going to make a 3-lane attack on the outside. Do they have enough time as they work down the super stretch, down to 3? Here they come, Wesley.
Into turn number 3 now. Final time. Navarro now to the inside. Can he break that streak on Matthew Lee? Matthew Lee is on the outside in the middle. Now we got Hendren pulled up on top where the lap truck is. This opens the door for Baker. Here comes Matt Lee to the outside. He thought about going 3 wide. He will go 3 wide. Eberhardt's in the fence. Hendren's wrecking. They're all wrecking. Navarro wins.
Wow.
Crash. Calamity, chaos, mayhem virtually at Talladega, and Andrew Navarro beats John Ward by 6 one-thousandths of a second. The Flying Floridian of the 42 picks up another win. Wow.
Wesley, they're going to think it's rigged because I picked him in qualifying to win.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness.
You did call it, didn't you? Did you say you thought he was going to win in qualifying?
I said in qualifying, this was going to be my pick to win, was Andrew Navarro. And commentator's curse did not happen tonight.
My goodness, when it's all said and done, Andrew Navarro gets the win. Flag to flag, by the way. I want to say this is another week now, Cody, where Jason Rockefeller normally joins me in the booth on LSRTV, but I want to say this is like the 3rd week in a row now that we've had crazy calamity on the finish, But they go flag to flag to the finish of this thing. And these races are absolutely entertaining. What a show they put on, man. No doubt. This is fun.
Oh yeah, dude. This was crazy. You know, I come up here and I asked Charles earlier, I was like, how many cautions did they have last week? And Charles said, man, these guys put on a good race. This was awesome. I mean, it was action-packed field from the drop of the green flag. I mean, we had 3 wide. I mean, at one point, Wes, we had 4 wide almost. I mean, it was crazy. And there you see your V811.com Digwood Care race summary.
Yeah, there it is right there. 20 lead changes, no cautions, no caution laps, and what a show it was here at Talladega. By the way, don't forget, you got the Super Speedway events, Race 2, Race 3 coming up later on tonight. You can go to details, of course, at FEG and FEG PC League and Events on Facebook, and of course they're on Discord where we grab the drivers and post. What's his name? Josh Giabrone. I am from Smithfield, North Carolina. I'm originally from Clayton, North Carolina. So Charles kind of got it right a little bit, but I live in Smithfield, North Carolina now. So I don't know if you're part of North Carolina, but that's where I live at. Andrew Navarro picking up the win. John Ward, there it is. It updates at the 100th to 1,000th, and it's 62 thousandths of a second at the finish over John Ward. Matthew Baker, third. Damon Gilbert, fourth. George Bark, fifth. And there you see the rest of the rundown of Nash Brambilla. Matthew Lee will have to settle for seventh. Matthew Patton, Josh Giabrone, and of course Aubrey Thompson, the top 10 here, Cody.
Yeah, coming home 11th, Justin Mills. We've seen him pushing up front early on and kind of stay without right at the edge of the top 10, but comes home with 11th. Then you've seen the coming home 12th is going to be the 7 of Danny Barnes. Then the 02 of Richard Elliott comes home 13th. And then Tucker, I'm not sure how you say his last name. I'm going to say it's McLendon.
Tucker McClendon. Tucker
McClendon comes home 14th in the 27. 15th is going to be the 85 of Samuel S. Carter. The 16, we just seen him powering on the outside at trying to in the 05. That's Joshua McCollum. And then the 10 truck, Brandon Broadfoot, comes home 17th. 18th is going to be the 03 of Stephen Hendren. Had a very strong truck, was up front all night, just tough luck there at the end. The 19th is going to be the 23 of Joseph Allen. And then coming home 20th, it's going to be Daniel Eberhardt, the third.
There's the top 20, the rest of the rundown, including Tim White, Tony Cox, Dylan Jones, and Blaine Dalton. All right, we got to wrap up quickly. 20 minutes until the next race. Coming up, post-race wrap-up, we'll grab the drivers that finished on the podium, wrapping it up from Talladega. This is fun on to Daytona. I believe we're taking off next Wednesday night for Christmas. We might not. I don't know. I need to check the schedule. Definitely, we'll find that. So, do what, Charles? I don't think we're off next Wednesday. We'll be back next Wednesday. So, hey, listen, December the 27th, January the 10th, and those are your final races of the year. But I got a feeling Jeffrey Ford and FEG PC League and Events enjoys what LSRTV does. I know they enjoy us in the broadcast, calling the events. I got a feeling there's going to be a relationship for years to come or for other events to come with your home for sim racing. We're back in a moment. 4K, Ultra HD. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Feliz Navidad. Whatever you celebrate, I'm still a humbug. We're going to grab the podium when we return from Talladega. Big win for Andrew Navarro. The Flying Floridian wins in the Toyota number 42. Welcome back to coverage of the Round 7 Talladega Super Speedway with the iRacing FEG PC Wild Wednesday Super Speedway Series. Cody Deemers, I'm Wesley Outland. And of course, we grab now the winner, Andrew Navarro, the Flying Floridian, I think is what I've started calling him lately. Congratulations, man. Another win for you. Yes, Cody Deemers called it. Should have went to Vegas instead of Talladega. Anyhow, win's a win, man. Congratulations. And what has it been, like 4 races, I think, since you went to Victory Lane? So welcome back to VC.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a fun for I think the other races. I think I wrecked in one, and I finished second in the others. So to get the win, obviously really nice. I think there's one more race before like the final race, the playoffs. So I think I can actually miss next week and still making it on points. So that's always a really nice cushion to have. But yeah, it was just a really fun one. No yellows. We hadn't done that in a minute. So we got the strategy down right. Wish we could have played it a little bit better. I think we probably could have gotten only like 5 cars, and that would have been obviously best case scenario. But overall, fun one.
Yeah, man, definitely. Like we said a while ago, I picked you to win. Never thinking you were going to win. Had a strong truck. Looked like you were, strong on the outside, the top lane, the bottom. If you had to pick where you feel like you were the strongest, where would you say?
I definitely would say the bottom. In the middle, you're just kind of at the mercy of everyone if the top line is not there. And obviously the middle gets really hot, whereas the bottom gets hot, but I mean, you can still kind of maintain the shortest distance around the racetrack. And I knew I had to be on the bottom coming to the finish line because you don't want to get left out last second, whereas the guy on the bottom behind you basically has to push you. So yeah, that was my game plan all along, just try to get down to the bottom. We ended up doing it down the backstretch, and it ended up working out.
I want to segue this into thanking your sponsors, obviously, because I know you got a money race coming up in about 15 minutes as well. Andrew, what do you attribute to the races the last couple of weeks being flag to flag? You just mentioned it a moment ago with Cody, caution-free, but obviously that last lap, all bets are off, and it's chaos and mayhem. But, I mean, that's basically the product of what we have now with this virtual iRacing world, especially when you got a $500 purse up for grabs and you've done all good, clean and green until that last lap.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Plate racing, money involved. Usually we have a lot of wrecks, but I think this is like literally the perfect amount of laps with the right amount of fuel percentage. That seems like we have relatively clean races compared to all during the week, all these other money races. So I mean there's multiple things into that. People that are racing here. It's also a championship. More people are focused on points rather than just the money. But obviously people still want to win, which is why you end up seeing the last lap where everyone starts getting dicey. But yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting, Jeff for putting on the league, Adrenaline Capture, Celebrity Cruises, 7Cs, Martin Sports, and Dylan and Daniel for working with me, Baker and Lee also for somewhat working. We're pitting together. Overall, just a really fun race.
There's the thoughts again of the winner, Andrew Navarro. He'll finish to that #1 spot back in Victory Lane, the Toyota, number 42. Let's grab now the second place finisher, John Ward. I don't think he's popped into the box yet, so we will bring in instead Matthew Baker. Matthew, it's always great chatting with you, my friend, and obviously Mama Baker's tuned into the chat. What a good show you guys had. It's come up a little bit short. Obviously, I know you were trying to get in line, tuck in line. Matt Lee was, Navarro was. Everybody's trying to get there in place, and just kind of fell a little spot short. Nothing wrong with a top 3 podium, though.
No, not at all. It's just I should change my number to number 3. I think that's like 4 weeks in a row to finish third. So usually it's pushing Matt to the win, but this time I tried to get Matt to push me to the win. It was an awkward scenario. Those 2 lap cars got out of the way. Thankful for them to get out of the way and let us race it out. But, out of 4 is a poor time to do it, I thought. So whenever the lane cleared up, there was just so much space. McCullough looks like he got tandemed up with Lee, and they just had so much speed carrying. I didn't judge it right. So my apologies to Matt knocking him outside of a podium finish. He definitely would have been either the winner or third place had he got a square push on me if I came up sooner. But nonetheless, it's still a good finish for us, and I think he had most laps led, so he still had a good points night. But first race that we didn't have a green-white checkered, first race that we didn't have a caution, so I think the product was really good. The trucks were handling really good tonight, and it was a really good race.
Yeah, definitely, man. And this is my first race with you guys, and man, crazy to say. It was action-packed. It was filled with craziness. I noticed one time though, you like y'all were slicing and dicing, and you made a move there, and then Navarro done the same move and about took your nose off. Kind of walk me through what you were thinking when you see Navarro come up and about clip your nose.
We trust each other. We run 6 nights together. Not in the same Discord, but we run against each other, and we run well, run hard. We know that managing temps is the biggest thing with these trucks, because you have to push through the truck in front of you to get that momentum going. So, you'll see Ward hopping lanes, you'll see Navarro, myself, all those front runners up there switching lanes, maintaining those temperatures. That way that third lane doesn't really get that opportunity. That's why you're seeing those over-under moves. That second car in line in the middle would get clear. They'd over-under from the bottom back to the middle. That way that third lane would die out.
Final question, Matthew. We'll let you thank your sponsors, bud. Do you feel like this, doing all these big money races, is it good for the sport of iRacing, or do you feel like sometimes it brings out the craziness and the crashing and the little hurt tempers and feelings in the deal? But obviously, it seems like the last couple of weeks, everybody's been kind of really able to drive aggressive, drive hard, but definitely a lot of respect being given as we move into the final 2 rounds of the season.
Yeah, I think that's the most important part, is just have respect, race hard. It's going to be a hard race because money's on the line, especially when you get the bigger money events on the line, the 500 milers. It's just like we talked about, limiting that car field to 43 cap. It's going to limit the craziness, but there's still going to be craziness at the end of the day. But like you said, this past couple of weeks, especially this Wednesday series, has had a lot of respect shown coming down to these finishes. Sure, there's been onesie-twosie crashes, but I think overall the series is trending in the right direction, and money racing in general during this off-season of racing has been really ramped up. And just shout out to the sponsors. Thanks to Coasting Thunder, MBG Motorsports, Baker & Son Construction. Thanks to Matt, pushed me there. Andrew and Dylan working with us up front. Unfortunate for Dylan expiring his engine, but that's just the price you got to pay trying to keep your teammate up front. And thanks to you guys for putting on the broadcast, and Jeff for putting on the races.
Always great hanging out with buddy Matthew Baker. Matt Lee chiming in. Matt, what you got, man? I know you didn't get a top 3 finish, but another solid run, and obviously all good things, including wins, have to come to an end. You're taking the race.
Yeah, I had it won until my teammate pulled out a line there and just killed me, but it's all good. Love Baker, so it was a good race. It's just fun.
You're calling out Matthew Baker live on the air. You know this, right, Matt Lee? We're live still. You know that, right?
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Well, we'll let you. You guys.
We'll fight like brothers, and we'll kiss and make up later.
That's right. That's right. Well, you guys kiss and make up somewhere in another room, so we don't have an argument in the box or whatnot. So there you go. Listen, Sakoni, I'm gonna let you give your final thoughts, buddy, and then I gotta give a full schedule of a lot of things coming up on LSRTV, beginning even this weekend. What a good race at Talladega.
Yeah, man, I enjoyed this race tonight, man. This was fun. And like I said earlier, I asked Matt Lee and Charles Wooten when they were in here earlier beforehand, how many cautions did they have last week? And they looked at me and said, what is cautions, pretty much? And they showed tonight just why they looked at me and said that. Man, I enjoyed it. I can't wait for Charles to let me come and do another one.
Get signed up today, this Saturday, of course. Of course, it is the Variety Pack Racing Christmas by the Seashore 200 with Xfinity cars from Daytona, 200 miles, 80 laps. It will be Terry Radford and myself on the call for LSRTV on Saturday night, December 23rd. Sunday night, Christmas Eve, the big Christmas Eve race with the FEG PC Leagues and Events, a $2,000 purse, $450 to the winner, and so much more. And then, of course, don't forget that second annual LSR Gaming X New Year's Bash, 6 hours of Daytona. That is, of course, Sunday night, December 31st. those are your upcoming races. We're back next Wednesday night as well for the next round, the penultimate round of the Wild Wednesday series. Check it out as always, and even on replay at your home for sim racing, LSR TV. For everybody at Rocket Racing Media, Jeff Stabnow, Charles Wooten, thanks to Cody Deemers, I'm Wesley Outland. Merry Christmas.